Hello! Welcome back to Few and Far Between. We're excited to bring you a brand new tale of adventure in the world of Exandria. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have.
Hey, this is Jaiden. I'm a little exhausted, but I'm good. And play Lapis.
Hey, it's Jaime. I'm playing North. Welcome to hell.
It's not hell for you guys, it's hell for other people.
Oh!
It is actually is hell. It's like almost 100 degrees in East Tennessee right now. So, heat dome, whatever that is. Um, Anything else we need to talk about before we dive into this craziness in part two of this episode, where it's just you and Jaiden and Jaime?
You
I
and
have
Jaiden and
candies.
Jamie?
I
Yeah.
have candy cigarettes. Well, they're called candy sticks now.
Yeah.
And I cannot eat them normally. I have to put them in between my fingers like
Yeah, but
this.
show what brand they are. They're like,
It's the Pop High candy sticks, actually. Like, the actual
Oh, no.
OG.
I thought they were the, oh God, what was it called? The Lucky something? I forgot what it's called.
Oh, the chocolate cigarettes? Oh, absolutely. No, I haven't. Come on. I'm classy like this.
well, if everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Few and Far Between, episode 128, Arrival of the Arbiter, part 2. On
The
last
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. On last week's episode, North was approached by his drow underworld contact Surin and told that even though the plan to delay construction on the new prison in Rexentrum was a success, one of their agents, a man named Abard Benoit, was caught by the Crown's Guard. Under duress, the agent let slip that his orders came from a priest from Zadash. The Cerberus Assembly seemed to have a vested interest in seeing the prison built, so the Crown would be sending a Sidnock Truscan, Prime Arbiter of the Empire, to investigate the criminal activity happening in Zadash. North's contact told him that the local chapter of the Cerberus Assembly would provide the Prime Arbiter with an annex and a bodyguard from the Cerberus Assembly to act as his guide and protector while he conducted his investigation. The Arbiter didn't care who the mage was, and Surin suggested that North find someone who could replace the Assembly's annex and could cast spells. I wonder who that could be. Um, and to make sure to disrupt the Arbiter's investigation without bringing the full attention of the Crown's Guard down on their heads. After getting Laphus to agree to the scheme, North discovered the identity of the Annex's mage, a woman named Marie Elise, and together you tracked her to an inn where she was on a date with her paramour and her bodyguard, who are the same person, not separate. That she's not into threesomes like that. After a,
No, she's really not.
she is really not. After a failed attempt to get them alone, North used Mask of Many Faces to disguise herself as the mage and confronted the couple in their bedchambers, claiming that a shape-changer had kidnapped her. A melee broke out, and the real Marie Elise was rendered unconscious by an eye bite spell. But as the bodyguard tried to apologize to the ersatz lover, North backstabbed him. On his knees, he's just looking up at you. His sword, his long sword, is on the ground in front of him, and he grabs at it. We're out of combat right now. If we have to roll it again, or just go. I've got the same initiative order pulled up from before. If we want to just go, it was currently. Let me look that up real quick. It was currently Lapis. You acted.
I was actually gonna I bite him.
Got it. It'll be your turn if we go back into initiative. But we're gonna do like talky talk first. RP. He's just looking at you all.
I'm going to put my foot on his sword.
Okay.
Well, this was a test and you failed.
Who do you work for?
They don't take kindly to lower caste people dating their members, don't they? They're
I'm.
aware.
It doesn't matter. I love her.
They'll have you killed so they can keep her, you know that.
Lapis, what do you want to do?
She's just gonna let North kind of
lead the conversation.
lead this conversation for the moment.
Uh-huh.
But she's just going to casually kneel a little bit down at like a little bit eye level.
Mhm.
But she's not moving closer. And she's getting ready to cast
I bite.
eye bite, one of the eye bites again.
Excellent. Okay. Um, doesn't matter. I've told her I would love her to the grave and beyond. Please, please, let us go. Let us go. We'll do anything. I'll give you everything I own. I have, I have 1,000 gold stashed away. You can have it.
The issue with people like, probably not like you, but like her, is that they come back when they feel wronged.
He's
And you know, if she does try anything, we are many.
He looks up at you. How dare you? And he's looking around the room. I think he's going to try to pull the sword out from underneath your foot and start defending himself. So Lapis, he's starting to like. I'm going to have him make a strength opposed strength rolls. North.
I was gonna say the moment he would have tried anything, I would have cast sickened on him.
Yeah. Okay.
Strength, just a straight strength.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So he needs to do a wisdom also save.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. He failed the wisdom save.
Then he gets a disadvantage on all attack and ability checks.
Okay. He's like, oh, how? Oh, he's like trying to keep from throwing up, and he's on his hands and knees, and he rolled a 15 for the strength check.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna.
Okay.
And that's with disadvantage?
And that actually let me roll that with the disadvantage. Yeah, the 15 was the low.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna.
He kind of
stare him
scrambles
down.
back, not even bothering to cover himself, and
I'm going to make my way between him and the window. Because I
okay,
feel like Lapis has the other side covered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is going to slash out at you. False. Oh.
Nat one.
Okay, on disadvantage, double nat 1.
Nice.
He wouldn't hit that face. He wouldn't hit that face.
Yeah. He scrambles, like stops for a second, tries to keep.
With a nat 1, can I just push his sword away?
Yes. Like it's so heavy in his hands. It's just like dragging the ground. You just push it down. He just goes down to one side. That's all he's gonna do. North,
Do you want to try that again?
For my movement, can I have gotten closer to his girlfriend?
Yes.
Want to try that again, big boy?
What are you going to do with us?
Well, if you leave, never come back, forget about the assembly, forget about the Crown's Guard, forget about everything you've seen here, you could live your life happily ever after. But if you ever peep a word of this, as I'm telling you, we are many.
He grumbles.
And if I am not the one who finds you, someone else will. Could be the grandma in the corner of the street. Could be a pharmacist in a drugstore. Could be anyone, really. You know who we are.
I do. However, I've vowed my life to protect her. And you're going to take...
Protect her and not the assembly itself. Could you protect her from herself?
What do you mean?
Well, if she tries anything, hold her back. You all know what's coming for you until it's too late.
He's starting to kind of...
Vomits in his mouth a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. What are you going to do to her?
Well, if you do your work properly, nothing. But you'll have to leave everything behind. Bring her along with you. But she'll have to make the same sacrifices, and she did not seem too keen on that.
Matter of fact, it sounded like she would have just done away with you if you could. Right?
What are you talking about? She loves me.
Does she, though?
Until you stop proving useful. Right now you're being pretty useless, my
I will
ad.
convince her. She knows how important I am to her. He looks over at Lapis, who's like over the body.
While they were talking, Lapis would have just had the girl's head like on her lap, just kind of like not stroking, but like has her hand like over that girl's face,
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
just like waiting.
Now I'm gonna reuse Mask of Many Faces again.
Yes.
But this time I'm going to look a bit more, just a little like flash before it goes back to his girlfriend Marie-Elise.
Yes.
I'm gonna make myself look like Kiarna Daggerhold, the member of the Myriad who went off with 14,000 gold, or part of the pay that we didn't get.
Yep.
And he looks kind of like startled. My love, I will come for you. And he grabs for his clothes.
Oh, take her with.
Take her.
No. You leave the clothes here.
At least put on some underwear. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh,
He pulls on underclothes, grabs a blanket, wraps her in. You'll leave us alone.
if you go off discreetly, but I can make sure that you will. And I'm going to make just like, like just a little gesture in the air, just like it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
A little something, something. I would like to bluff him into thinking I'm casting a curse on him.
Can I help? Actually, let me insight check North to see if Lapis knows what North is up to, and if I can help with that.
Yeah, do it.
I've been around Lapis a while. Can I kind of mimic a bit of the gestures that he usually makes?
Okay. We're getting into some layers of stuff here.
Well, my passive insight is 19.
Okay. Make a performance check to send a signal to Lapis.
Would that be performance, persuasion, or deception?
I'm going to say well, because you're mimicking somebody like's action, like casting like spells.
Okay.
I would say performance, yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
It's not very... The DC is not very high. So.
Dirty 20.
You're okay. Okay, you're fine. It goes to 12. It looks like North is trying to hex or cast a curse.
If specifically it's casting a curse, she is going to put she's going to try and make it so that it looks like a little bit of blight, like blight magic coming out from her fingers.
Okay. And he's like, we'll stay for... How long should we stay away? Forever? This is our home.
I've been pushed away from my home for many, many years. I'm sure you're going to be able to deal.
Especially with that 1,000 gold you have.
Make a
Uproot
new
elsewhere.
name. We're giving you a chance because honestly, we could finish you off right here and right now.
He wraps up Release in a blanket and carries her downstairs. And you hear down, it's like leaves. You hear walking down the steps. Do you let him have the longsword? Because he didn't drop it, but he did put it down to pick her up. And he's reaching for it.
He's gonna need it to protect his lady.
No, hold on. Is it like anything Crown's Guard looking?
Make a history check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll that nat one.
Okay.
That's not amazing, but it's better than that one.
Okay.
So that's 12.
You don't see any obvious symbols of the Crown's Guard on the weapon.
Wait, since he put it down and I was right next to it, I can look.
Okay.
Now that I think about it. Dang, not even. I'm not that better. It was a 13.
Oh no.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there are any obvious symbols. There is some. It's a fancy sword. Like
then again, it could be heraldry or anything.
Yeah.
I'm no, you go without.
Go without, is that what you said?
Yep. You're a Crown's Guard. You're supposed to be resourceful.
I swear.
Oh, don't swear too much.
If I see either of you.
Do you even know my real face?
It's true.
I know hers, pointing at Laphus.
Do you even know?
Yeah. For all you know, it could be just as fake.
A curse upon all your families! And he picks,
Ta-ta!
and he walks down the stairs. You see him go down the stairs. You hear, ooh, like as
Yes!
and you're left in the room.
Well, that could have been worse, but it could have been better.
I think we did pretty alright.
We did pretty alright.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a loose end right there, but I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah, there's a hot. This room is sort of a bridal suite. There's like a heart-shaped bed here, a heated pool with rose petals floating in it, like bathtub, clawed bathtub.
Yeah, but they had the bath in it.
Yeah. Probably did the deed in it, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Like, we went there when they were done, so.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. There is the whole charcuterie plate that's been not even touched, really.
Yeah, well, it's more of a charcuterie plate at this point, so you know.
Yeah, you don't know what fluids have been flying around.
Oh God. Okay.
Plus, really, I'm a pescatarian, Ron.
They got cheese on there, probably.
Yeah, cheese and grapes and stuff. After how long do you spend? Because like he made a scene definitely leaving quickly.
Yeah, no, just take what we need and get it.
Okay. What are you taking?
Clothes.
Okay. Okay, clothes.
Whatever he left behind.
Okay. He left behind a bag with his armor, armor. You have his weapon. He had a pouch with 25 gold in assorted coins in it. There is his badge, Crown's Guard badge.
Gonna just like push all of that into Orgoth's hole.
Okay.
And I'll probably
make for a quick cleanup.
I'll probably end up taking her cloak and shit.
Yeah. She wasn't wearing her official assembly robes to the bar.
But she did have her badge that you mentioned.
Yes,
last
she did have her badge. Yes. But she does have like traveling, like it's basically like just nighttime traveling clothes. Very nice, low cut.
Red and blue.
Not actually no. She wouldn't.
Yes, you did say red and blue.
Did I
last
say red
time.
and blue? Did I say red and blue? Okay.
Yes.
Red and blue robes. Very frilly.
I listened.
Thank you. I don't remember.
Oh, it's got frills on like all of the edges. It's so
Mhm.
weird. Why do you gotta be this fancy?
Lace cuffs, you know.
Ugh.
You do
I could
hear
always
somebody.
work something out for you.
Yeah, you do hear somebody coming up the stairs though.
Eat out the window.
Ugh. All right, I'm just gonna misty step down.
Okay, like poop, poop, poop. Do you leave the window open, or are you just gonna like?
Well, I can't really
Close
close
it.
Well, no,
You can misty step
can.
through a window.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I can. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna lock it
Okay,
before I
okay.
misty step down.
Like poop, 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 and then you're down. And you see like somebody like holding a lantern, looking around. Oh, it's gonna be hell cleaning this place up, he says, and he goes back outside. Where do you go? You're out on the street.
Smells like sweat and shame in here.
I mean, it's still night. I still need a little bit of a long rest. That would be
Yes.
great.
Yeah,
Like to start
yeah.
the night. But
You
also,
know that he is supposed to arrive sometime mid-morning.
mid-morning is fine. Anyways, I have some work to do. I can work on your dress to make it look a little less frilly.
Yeah, I mean, I keep it a little bit frilly because if they hear anything about, oh, it's this maid's and she likes to keep it looking good, just get rid of like the extra stuff. But
Yeah. Make it practical, but
Yeah.
not too much.
The
Excellent.
badges, the actual real badges you have from them, the back has some runes that actually, like, it's hard to read. It's kind of like almost like a coded language a little bit. But you can make out names like as you're kind of it's not in a thieves can't kind of way, but it's basically a coding kind of way. Like if you can show it to somebody who works for the Crown's Guard or who's this assembly, and they'd be able to read it. The woman's badge says her name was Marie Elise Seibert, Seibert, and the bodyguard had a name Thulian.
Like Julian, but
No, no.
is it a last name or a first name?
It's just one name.
Thulian.
Thulian. He was that kind of asshole. So.
Oh.
It's like when
Thulian.
somebody calls themselves Thackeray.
It's a portmanteau.
Who's that? Oh, it's just Thulian and Thavid over there.
Where do you head?
Head back to the inn.
To the
or
inn?
At least me.
Okay. North, you're heading off. Where are you heading off after?
Well, I meet you tomorrow morning, first light. Tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
then? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll work on your thing, overnight.
Okay. We should try and make sure that we don't say anything at all. Unless, as she like looks around, so a certain guy decides to follow us for whatever reason.
Make perception checks.
Lol. Do I need to make one, Ron?
It's a 12 for me.
Okay. Lapis, you don't see anybody around. North, you definitely don't see.
My passive is at 21.
Your Pollux radar is not going off.
Oh, thank God. That's my passive perception. This is a Pollux radar now. How's a Pollux radar doing?
Pollux Dar. Okay. So North, you spend the night. Where do you go? Do you go back to?
I'm going to stealth to go there. I want to make sure that like no one follows.
Okay. Lapis, you head back to the inn. No one seems to follow you or pay you any attention. You don't even see any drow in the area.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah. North, like you North, you do see a couple of like possible drow people following you, but
Just just to make sure, I'm gonna like go
yeah,
back to the black cat tabaxi.
okay,
But also very much, if I spot anyone following me, I'm gonna.
yeah, yeah. You see, you probably don't get close enough to like know for sure, but you do see lots of cloaked figures, like not lots, but like maybe two or three, who are just kind of walking around the area. They seem to be observing a lot more than they would like people just walking around, like, and they seem to be looking at
Hmm.
people walking on the streets.
Yeah, don't like this, don't like this, don't like this.
You get to Audacity as Lapis gets back to the inn. No problem.
Mhm.
And Audacity greets you at the door. How much time do we have left together?
I really don't know. Maybe another night. I'm not sure.
Come on, come inside.
Let's make it a night to remember.
I'm going to. Well, we're gonna
Just
spend the
the
night and
two
then
of
do my work.
us.
Get to work.
Lapis, you go upstairs and Pollux is asleep outside the door, like actually leaning up against it, like he's hugging his lute.
Like a lost dog.
Oh, what a baby. Okay. she is going to like kind of poke at him.
Uh, um.
Get up. Get up.
Oh.
You're in the way.
Oh. Hi, Lapis. He gets up, like playing pling plong, like
Stop.
accidentally.
It's middle of the night now. I'm gonna guess.
Yes, yes.
Don't wake anyone up. The hell are you doing here?
Um, I couldn't find anybody. You know, if I'm going to protect the favored few, you know, as Jamon commanded me to do, so then you know I have to know where the favored few is, and I knew that you would be coming back here, but I haven't seen anybody.
And we're all off doing our own thing, just like you should be, really. Like, find a hobby, make new friends.
A hobby, but I mean, you're my best friend, though. I mean,
Am
you want to make
I?
friends together? You are.
I don't feel like we are.
I mean, I'm always running into you. I'm not meaning to, because you're just there, and it's awesome.
And no, I mean, look, Pollux.
Lapis.
Yes, that is my name. Okay, look, I need you to find a different friend. It's somebody you can, I don't know, enjoy this music with. You don't have to listen to Jamon. He's not here. They are
He made me
far.
promise,
It's a. Some promises should be broken.
but he said that as long as the favored, what he said, exactly what he said. As long as the favored few are not in Ank'Harel, I should be where they are to protect them and stay out of the city. And don't come back is what he actually finished with. But.
So you're banned from Ank'Harel? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I'm sure that the favored few would be able to convince him to let me back in.
I don't think that's how it works. He owned all of Ank'Harel.
Does he?
Yes, they are the ruler of it.
They could, you know, they could make an exception.
I don't think they will, but um I'm not going to argue right now. I'm a little tired. Just dealt with some shit right now. Gonna be doing something in the morning, so I need to make sure that I'm prepared.
Okay, okay.
You do not follow in the morning.
I will not
It,
follow you in the morning.
or North or anybody
I will
that
not
you know
follow
of the
North or anybody that I know of in the morning.
Yes, not none of the favorite few.
How do I protect you?
You could protect us by taking care of the inn that we are staying in.
That's a great idea. That's such a great idea.
Yeah, because I mean, if we didn't have this place, where would we go to sleep?
Downstairs, you hear Star go, "We don't want him." Just kidding.
Just...
Same, Star. Same.
I know that feeling. All right. So as long as you understand that, you can come sleep in the rooms tonight with me.
His eyes get big. Okay.
You can sleep on the couch. The one that I'm pretty sure that nobody ever ended up fixing after
Nope.
Ashes fucked it up.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah. You can sleep on the couch. It was a pull-out couch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pull-out. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just sleep on the couch. It's apparently something that's called a pull-out, which the guy that I just messed with probably had no game in.
I don't know what that means.
It's all right. You don't have to know. But yeah, just sleep on the couch, and we'll see you the next time.
I can't wait to see you again. And he goes and follows you inside, makes an attempt to pull out the couch. At 15, okay, he figures out how to. Once he gets it out halfway, but he didn't take the cushions off, so he's kind of like confused. And then he takes the cushions off and finally figures it out. But
Laphus is just gonna go into her room and just lock the door. And
okay,
she's just gonna rest.
North, how do you just make this fix up this mage robe?
Well, I'm just gonna make it more practical and just remove a bit of the
Yeah.
all the frou-frou.
Okay, okay.
Just like
It definitely has one of those high collars with the kind of like.
I think I'm gonna change it to like a kind of like an open neckline instead.
Yeah.
But still very Cerberus assembly in the way that it points up.
Yes. Yes. And Audacity actually helps you. She's not. Yeah. It's a project. She's gonna take advantage of that.
Yes, excellent.
And the next morning arrives without any event. So how do you prepare for the day? You're going to meet at first light, correct?
Yes. Early in the morning.
Lapis, you break out of your trance and you come out into the main area. And,
I make the dress delivery.
Okay. Pollux is not there. He's left a note. Gone to help Star with the inn.
All right.
Signed Pollux. XOXO.
She's just going to leave that note. Just walk on out, getting all of her components and getting herself ready. She's going to have Ashes stay behind.
Okay.
And she's going to head on out and look for North.
Okay.
I like imagine the way that they meet, like at the door, like, hey.
Hey.
Special delivery for you.
Oh?
Yeah. Here it goes. During my long rest, I would have changed seasons as well.
Okay. What season did you change to?
I'm gonna actually do spring this time.
Ooh.
Spring has sprung.
I'm just gonna do this in my character sheet real quick.
Yeah. In the morning, Audacity like wakes up, like fully wakes up, looks over and sees your change season, and then gives you lots of like attention for like, ooh, new season.
Yes. Uh-huh. This is what I do every once in a while.
You're even
Hey,
cuter.
do you mean that the other one's not cute?
They're all cute, but it's been a while since I've seen this one.
It's
Are you calling me ugly?
you know how.
She puts a finger to your lips and then kisses you and then shuts you up for a while. So,
Is this why you wouldn't look at me during?
So yeah, basically,
Oh.
Spring is pale skinned with like rosy cheeks and lips. The hair is like long but straight.
Mhm.
Dark gray, like almost black. Uh, the eyes are kind of more like amber colored, a bit like between the color of like maple syrup and the sun.
Mhm.
So very like there's no facial markings because North usually has either freckles or like a facial marking of some kind, but the complexion is kind of like dewy.
Got it.
Like like very.
Yeah.
And for this occasion they've just put their hair into a very tight, very martial
Mhm.
French braid in the back.
Make a history check.
History check. That would be 21.
With your time like being in the Empire, you'd have seen um like non-binary and female soldiers of the Crown's Guard and how they officially keep their hair.
Yep.
So you would know exactly how to make
Very
that.
out of the face, very
Yeah.
just
Yeah, you would know exactly how
braid.
to make it work. So
But yes, just to anyone asking like why the heck is spring like all black and white? Canadian spring, y'all. There's still snow and the earth is still very wet and dark. But
Oh.
there's maple.
Lapis, you have the uniform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put it on.
Put it on. Um,
Yeah, look, I
it's not your style, of course, but
helped a
Obviously.
bit with that, but like it's not. It's better, I hope.
yeah.
It's better, yeah. It's just it doesn't go with my skin as well. My complexion just doesn't work, but that's fine.
Yeah, I used a little bit of dye just to make it like a little less gaudy, just so but it's not perfect, of course.
And it never will be, but we can work with this. It's just temporary.
It is.
North. Actually, North. As you were like fixing it up, you did find 3 hidden spell component pouches, like in the and in
Girly
Lapis.
pop.
As you're putting on, you find a 4th. So
She's carrying so much bad guano. What the heck?
she was definitely a prepared mage. So it's early in the morning. You're probably about a couple of hours away from. You know that you're supposed to meet. Um, his name, just a reminder, is Prime Arbiter Sidnock Treskin. And you're supposed to meet him at the safe house, and you do know where the safe house is. You're given that information by your drow contact.
I'll still wear my leather armor, but I'm gonna like patch it, like kind of like patch it up with some pieces of plate.
Got it? Okay.
So like it's not a full plate armor, but it still has
Like a
like some
shoulder
parts of
pauldron and
some parts of the like Crown's Guard decorum that I would
Mhm.
have like if they have some like lighter units.
Right. Again, like people who are in the Crown's Guard and in the service assembly who are higher up, they are given the freedom to like make changes to the general uniform to make it more individualized for themselves. So that would be just fine.
And what would I have found like in his stuff aside from like the 25 gold?
Um, let's see. He wouldn't have had anything important on him. He didn't have any magic items with him.
Okay, that's
Uh,
good.
he, you've got his sword. He did have like his his armor. He did have a key. It looks like a
Mm-hmm.
house key.
Nope. Oopsie poopsie.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He probably broke a window and entered home. It's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
The safe house is in the Gilded Willows area in the Tri-Spires. What would you like to do to prepare?
Properly dress up.
Yeah.
Okay. Preparing to get in character. Okay. You head to the safe house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it takes you about maybe 30 or 40 minutes to get there. Um, as you get further and further into the Tri-Spire area, occasionally you do see a service assembly mage like walking with some Crownsguard, and they kind of look to you. They don't recognize you. They kind of nod and um, look at you, kind of like I don't recognize them, but they're
What
like,
kind? Like, are they just annexes?
yeah, they're just like basic low level mages and guards. Um,
But then I won't pay them any mind.
okay. Yeah, I was going to say, how do you act around these, like as they look at you? They don't really salute. There's no saluting in the Crown's Guard, but they do like pay attention to you as
Just
you
like
walk
the
past.
little like nod, like the as you were nod, but
Yeah,
nod.
yeah, yeah.
Lapis definitely acts the way she does, which is I'm way better than you fuckers.
Nothing changed there. Okay. Um,
It's natural.
Yeah. It's
you
called resting bitch face.
you get to the Gilded Willows, which is a neighborhood. There's homes here, several very, very nice, noble homes, 2, 3 story, nestled in this little park area. Is this cottage? It's a little bit way, and it's like you have to kind of go through this park around these trees, and you see it nestled up against a large building. It's actually the wall that surrounds the
Hmm.
Tri-Spire. It's like you kind of go in, up, and around and back south, and you get to the cottage. So it's nestled up on the north side of the wall, and you see it, and it's about mid morning. The house is 2 stories, small, probably has maybe like bedrooms. There is a little, um, quite a substantial lock on the front door. What do you do?
Does the key match it?
It does not. Actually,
Okay.
it does. It does. Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Click.
Okay.
Good.
And you go inside. The house, no one's there yet. There are um, there is a bottle. A very heavily stocked liquor cabinet. There is a bowl of fruit on the table. There is a bottle of champagne chilling in ice.
Don't touch that just yet. We have to wait for the man to arrive.
Of course.
He'll
Um,
want to see the bottle open to make sure there's nothing in it or something like that. I wish I had drugs.
the as
You
you're
didn't
sitting,
stock up last night?
I did not!
As you are like basically just walking around, like there's a little small staircase leading up to the bedrooms. Um, there is you find a hidden closet. Do you open it?
I
Like,
would like to investigate it first.
okay, make an
Like, see if
investigation.
it's.
Yeah.
That's a 7 on a die, so it's technically a 10 because I'm proficient in investigation, so that's an 18.
18. It does not have it's not trapped, but it does have a secret mechanism to open. You basically put your foot against a floorboard and push
Mm-hmm.
down, and it kind of releases it, and you're able to slide it to the side if you want to.
Yeah. Just slide the whole cupboard to the side?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
well,
just like
that's.
the door. It's like basically it's underneath the stairwell, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like this is the wizard, little like boy wizard, um, where you hide the boy wizard when he's not supposed to
Yeah,
be. Yeah,
when you hide the boy wizard when you
yeah,
don't want him to get any more levels in wizard.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and you so you push it the door to the side, and it is practically an armory in here.
Ooh.
Weapons,
What's in there?
swords, bows, arrows, axes.
Ooh.
Um,
I'm going to restock on arrows.
okay.
Anything interesting on the arrows?
Um, no, no, just normal
Hmm.
arrows. Yeah.
Dang, not even ice arrows. The worst arrows in Zelda.
Would really like a fire arrow at some point or something that explodes.
the
Could probably find someone to make some for you.
as
Close it back.
Okay. As you are starting to close it back, Lapis, you look out the window and you see this rather haughty man. And I'm going to send a picture of him in the Discord chat. Let me get there. Da, 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 da. Here it is. Boom. Ignore the other person. It's just the guy in the white.
Mm-hmm.
The he is. Where's his description? Okay. Um, he is about in his 70s, 60s, and 70s, stands tall, immaculate tailored garments of silver silks, jeweled epaulets, and billowing sleeves. He has a dueling saber at his side. He has a very tightly trimmed hair on top of a clean shaven of intense and judging long face. And he appears to be alone. And he just kind of,
He's a regular ass human.
yeah, he's a regular ass human. Yeah.
Lapis is gonna look down and then look over at North and just goes, "There's a young human that's heading over here."
I'll take a
Young?
look.
He's 70.
Please.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's young.
Young. He's young. Okay.
Ma'am, please stand back from the door.
She's gonna move to. She's gonna figure that she's gonna have to sit down
Mm,
curtfully at one of the sofas or something.
yes. Um, he comes to the door and knocks. Tum, tum, tum.
I'll, like, he knocks an instant. Who's there?
It is me, the person you are intended
I'm so
to meet.
tempted to ask for a password.
You know who I am. Let me in. I was assured that you were the best. Let me in.
I shall open the door.
And he's just standing there, like, tall, he's kind of haughty looking.
And I'm gonna give him, like, the up and down just to make sure. Look around the one side of the door. Look the other side. Stand two steps back.
He nods, walks inside.
Close the door.
May I see your
Lock.
may I see your badges?
Produce a badge.
Which badges do you show him?
The actual ones.
The real ones.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
real ones.
You do have the fake ones. But he takes each badge, turns them over, runs a finger across it, and you see it kind of glow for a second, and you see the writing in common light up. Um, Thulian
My lord.
hands you the badge back, and he goes over to you, Lapis, and looks at the badge and says, Marie Elise, it is very good to meet your acquaintances. I know this is quite troubling times, but I do need your help and your protection over the next several days.
Whatever we can do to help you.
But first, I'm hungry. Can we get some lunch?
Just gonna give the nod, and yeah, I'm the underling here. I'm gonna.
Yeah, he kind of looks over at you, North.
Yeah, no, I'm not even like I am already on it.
Okay. You open.
Lapis is
Like
not
well-oiled
even
machine.
Yes.
Lapis just the moment he says that, Lapis just kind of just gives like the tiniest nod, knowing North has this in the bag.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna have you roll deception rolls because this is sort of like right up your alley.
That's my bread and butter.
Where do you take? He leaves you to decide. This is your town after all. He says, this is your town after all. You decide.
I mean, what was on the table already? Like he says, he was quite peckish.
Yeah, fruit and there's a very heavily stocked bar. Fruit, nuts, like just like some champagne and ice, but he ignored it.
Continental breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't there like anything like little croissants or something?
Yeah, there should be some like breads. Yes.
Yes,
About
okay.
and it's like mid-morning,
It's
right?
mid-morning. Yes.
Yeah, so let's just like make a nice little plate with like a little bit of everything, just like like not too filling that it would be like heavy, but just like
It can tide you over.
Right.
like you have your
right.
you have a little serving of carbs, you have like your fats, your everything you need, and why not a little mimosa
And he takes it and kind of sniffs it.
with the very loud pop of the champagne bottle.
Yes. He looks at each of you and says, they have trained you well. I did not know that the Crown's Guard here in Zadash were aware of such fineries.
Well, you did ask for the best.
That is true. So, and he kind of leans back and does the like over the knee, crossing his leg. Yeah. And kind of sips. So, tell me of yourselves. I wish to know who I'll be working with over the next couple of days.
I mean, you'll have me as more of your magical guide. I could do a bit of flourish here and there. I love the dramatic, larger than life spells. I'm sure you do too.
Excellent. I do love a mage who likes to show off. And
I would do it now, but it's only you, and I don't think you'd want to get hurt.
I'm sure that once we find this father, this priest, I shall be able to see what fireworks you can drum up for me.
I won't disappoint.
And you, good sir.
I can assure you, sir, I can dispatch of anything that is not so magically inclined in an expeditious way that you shall find rather clean.
Did they give me an assassin? Oh, it's been such a long time since I've worked with an assassin. Tell me of a I just want to get kind of acclimatized to this dreadful heat here in the valley. Um, Please tell me of your greatest success.
I lived. They didn't.
Excellent. Oh, so lively. So he leans forward and says, "Our first mission is to go around to the various churches and ask about this father. I do not have a name, only that he smells of strongly of coffee. Perhaps someone will have known this one. It will be
If I
quite
may,
boring.
sir,
Yes.
at this hour everyone will smell strongly of coffee.
The what I got out of the what we did get out of the poor man who unfortunately is no longer alive. This man reeked of coffee.
As
Perhaps
though the coffee smell was pouring out of his pores.
yes, a man who spends time not at the bar, not at a liquor house,
A cafe?
a cafe. Perhaps we can find a priest who drinks coffee. It's quite unusual. We should be able to find a name, find someone who knew him at some point in time.
Sir, if I may,
Yes.
do you know if the orders came from said priest or if he was only a middleman?
The give me a second, let me get the name. Um the spy, Benoit, on his dying breath swore that he got his orders from this priest. That is all we know.
So I know that father is
Oh
lying
yeah,
low.
Father
Like
Oliver.
he's lying low.
Yeah, Father Oliver. You know he's lying low. Yes.
Okay, good. Good thing I made so many of these Terry and Darrington letters.
Yes. You also know that like Father Oliver fucking drank coffee like all day long. Like he
Yeah, no, he
spilled
doesn't
it.
know about hydration.
He also spills coffee down his frock like all the
He's
time.
got he's got issues.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Good.
And he stands up. Um, shall we be going?
Of course. We can make our way down through each and every single temple. Maybe stop by a cafe or two and see if we find anybody with a priestly looking robe, correct?
Yes.
I do feel like a cafe would be the first place to verify. Temples tend to be very cohesive and people will defend each other.
And I do
So
know
if we
how
show up there without proper evidence or witness, they will not.
they'll listen to me. They know who I am. I am the Prime Arbiter. I deal with the law and the church. They will listen to me and answer my questions. And no insight needed. He's just like, believes this to be true, knows this to be true. Okay. He takes off, leaving the safe house.
Lock the door behind.
Okay.
Now
And,
always make sure to stay like, like back to like 2
mm-hmm.
steps to the left.
Yes. The first few churches and cafes, nobody knows of a priest. Um, and then you get to a cafe. and you see this is quite crowded. There's like a lunchtime service at the temple to. Oh God, where's the? I don't have the list. Who's the gods of the empire? Are I don't have it right in front of me. Um,
There's Ayun. There's hold on, I
let's do
got a
Ayun.
list.
Church of Ayun. Uh,
There's gotta be the lawbearer or something
yeah,
like
the
that.
the knowing mistress. Um,
Yes.
and he looks to you, North, and says, Thulian, please go
Yes.
inside and talk to the priest. I wish to speak wish to speak with the mage alone.
Okay, so inside the cafe.
Yes, the cafe. Yes, the cafe. It's
So it's a. Go ahead.
right next to the temple to Ione.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
quite
So we have
crowded.
Bahamut, Arathis, Ayun, Moradin, Pelor, and the Raven Queen.
That's it. I knew it was 6. Okay. Um, Lapis, he turns to you and says, what do you know of your bodyguard?
Extremely loyal. Will jump at my side immediately. No hesitation whatsoever.
He wasn't very forthcoming with story. I just want to make sure this dour expression on his face is something that we can trust.
Ugh, 100%. It dour during their working hours, a little loosened more when off those hours.
He nods and says, very well. Inside North, you see just a bunch of churchgoers. What do you do when you go inside?
I will ask around
Uh-huh.
if anyone's ever like in this cafe, and where would his usual seat be?
Okay. He visits like a lot. Knowing him, he goes to several, like does the circuit around town.
Yeah.
His usual seat is in a dark corner by the fireplace, back
Okay.
against the wall. He is not in it currently,
Of course.
but you see an empty cup, like sitting like in front of the seat he would normally sit
Like
in.
they're keeping it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's his cup. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Okay, so including the churchgoers, anything, is there any other priest or something?
There is a priest of the knowing mistress, a halfling woman, young halfling woman, and she's just like, she's got this little frothy, like
Because if I
coffee.
remember correctly, he was with the Raven Queen.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, but
Okay.
he goes lots of places because after he was
Yes.
with the Raven Queen, he gets information from priests. So
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
and this halfling is like, she's sipping her, like she has a little like frothy milk on her lips, and she says, oh, sorry. You were saying she's talking to her friend. What do you do?
No, I'm just going to listen for a little bit.
Okay. Um, you basically they're talking about the service and talking about the sermon and how like boring it was and how much better she could be if she was allowed one of these days to give the sermon.
Okay, so she hasn't given the sermon
She has
yet.
not given the sermon yet. Yes.
So she would probably like someone to be out of the way. Okay, I can work with that. Can I? Can
Okay.
I? Although the did the like I know that the arbiter did refer to the priest as a father.
Yes. Yes. Because he does go by father, and
Yes, Father Oliver, yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, what can I do with that? I'm gonna listen in a bit more, see if like who was giving the sermon.
Um, it was this. It was this. It was one of the Pumat Soul clones.
Hi. Hi.
I don't know. It was one of the It was a furbolg actually. So, and they're actually
Okay.
talking about how wouldn't it be funny if Pumat Sol gave the sermon? What would he talk about?
Okay. Still, just to cover my bases, I'm gonna go like not to Father Oliver's seat, but to another one,
Mm-hmm.
and sleight of hand one of my little papers, like stick it underneath.
Okay, okay. You do see as you do that, you see another piece of paper already underneath there, folded up.
I'm gonna yoink it.
Okay,
Just like, can I look at it real quick?
yeah. It basically has a thieves' cant symbol that says, "Get out of here as soon as you can." If you see this, run.
Um, is there like a fireplace or something in
Yeah,
here?
there's a fireplace. Yes.
On my way out, I'm gonna sleight of hand it into the fire.
Okay. Okay. Um, Lapis. Your friend. Thulian has been gone quite a long time. Do you
I'm
think
going
he's?
to pop it.
Yeah. Oh, speak of the devil.
I
Shaking
mean,
my
you gotta
head.
ask everybody, don't you?
Of course. It'd be thorough. I'm glad that you're being thorough, Thulian.
My lord. There was no one under the description of a father in there.
Oh, on to the next place. I think the next place is the um, Lawbearers Temple.
Indeed.
And you head down to the church. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And he just goes right inside. He kind of pushes the door.
No.
Just, yeah.
My lord.
And he goes up to a priest and says, "Um, do you have any record of a priest who goes by Father wherever he goes and smells of coffee?" And you see one of these kind of, they're not nuns, but they're like women who kind of start giggling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an older woman, like in her 60s. She's like, and
Tee-hee!
yeah, and he looks over to the woman. He's like,
Oh, jeez.
um, sorry, you overheard us. Tell me, do you know of such a man? Are you speaking of Father Oliver? We were friends when we were young. He took me to all the coffee shops. The man, he could not get enough coffee. He was kicked out very long time ago. I think he lives in the area, but his name was Father Oliver. Father Oliver Ashglade. North, make a. Are you trying to keep a reaction off your face? Is that what's happening here?
What do you mean? Nothing's happening here.
Nothing's happening here. Okay. Um.
Meanwhile, Lapis is behind, just kind of like looking at her nails, kind of looking like,
Yeah. Make an insight check, Lapis.
On who?
On him. On Truscan.
Triskin.
Yeah. The Arbiter.
The Arbiter.
Yeah.
Alright. Insight, that's a dirty 20.
You're getting the impression that he considers you to be the powerful one, the bodyguard, and North Trillian to be the distraction, the expendable one.
Ah, of course, of course.
Do you happen to know where this father does live or worship, or does he still attend one of the churches? It's like, oh, I have not spoken to him in quite some time. Um,
What was your relationship to him, milady?
she giggles, like, we were friends.
Friends.
Oh! You want me to be completely truthful? Of course. We were lovers.
And has he scorned you in any way?
Well, I have not seen him in quite a long time, so I guess that's a scorning to me. he, um, he was quite nice. I wish he'd come back and visit sometime, but
Going to just slightly narrow my eyes at her.
um, she's kind of a little on the cuckoo side a bit. So, um,
Yeah, I'm gonna give her my best doubtful look.
yeah. I mean, she nailed it. Nailed his name. Nailed. And it's like, when he was young, like she starts going off on a description of Oliver when he was young, and
Mm-hmm.
um,
I'm
Mm-hmm.
imagining her doing the thing that Grandpa Simpson does. It's just like it goes off on a tangent that has nothing to do with it
yeah,
anymore.
one time we were at the park together, and he had his latte to go, and he was like,
We saw a bird.
we saw a bird, his rough sun-kissed skin, his square jaw, his gentle hazel eyes.
We're still talking about the bird.
I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time.
I
um,
dropped my sandwich, and then a bunch of pigeons showed up.
and then she kind of like refocuses and says, "Why are you looking for the good father?" Um, we cannot say. We just wish to speak with him. The arbiter says, and suddenly you see some of the heads up of the church. They see the arbiter, and they start coming over. And it's like, "Excuse me, I shouldn't be talking with you." Um, and he says, "I might need some information in the future. Well, can I find you here?" "Of course, I live here in the depths of this chamber." And she laughs and leaves, and the heads of the church start coming up and like brown nosing the arbiter, and you're just stuck there for like about 15 minutes, and finally he's like greased enough, like shook enough hands that he's like, he turns to you, Trillian and Thulian, and says, "Get me out of here."
I'll simply just step between, just step between him and the other people. Like, right, people, it's enough.
Oh, it seems like we might perhaps have a lead on what we need to do
And
outside.
if they don't back up, it's gonna be like a 2 seconds pause. I said, back the fuck up.
And you hear the girl, you hear the old woman like giggling when you do that, when you cuss.
Teehee.
Um, um, oh, Truscan leans over to you, Lapis, and says, um, "You're right. His brusque manner does get the job done."
Of course. I mean, you think I would have survived long enough if they weren't around me?
He nods. Let's get some. Let's get some afternoon. It's about mid afternoon by the time it gets to this point, and he says, "Let's find the nearest Crown's Guard. They can perhaps we can spread the search out a little more."
Why don't you
Have
get
you had your. My lady, it
from
would be time for your lunch, I believe.
Yes, it would be.
We wouldn't want the lady to fall unconscious.
Of course, of course. Is there some place nearby? A
Well,
cafe. I've had
technically,
enough. I've had my fill of cafes.
technically, the next cafe on the list would be nearby.
Of course, but perhaps one that didn't smell quite strongly of coffee. I think I've
Mhm.
coffeeed out for the day.
Well, maybe
But
on
we
our
just
way to the Crown's Guard, we could grab a bite, and I can stop by that cafe at the same time, so you wouldn't have to get in there.
Sounds like an excellent plan. Um, as you find a little cafe. Let's find the Banshee Pub.
Wahoo!
Yeah. Um, there is a elven innkeeper. Um, and you head inside, and get some lunch. The cafe is next. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be very because I'm sure he's staring at Lapis as they get their food, and Lapis is just like, I don't normally eat.
Oh.
And she just got like herself like a salad, thinking like, oh, maybe North would like this.
Just like talk his ear off.
Yeah.
At some point, North is just gonna swap.
This roasted
Swap,
raccoon.
and then the few times when she has to eat, she's like, yum.
He says, would you like to try some of this? This is quite delicious. Thulian, check out the cafe and report back, and then afterwards we'll find the nearest Crown's Guard.
Indeed.
And if you happen to see any Crown's Guard, tell them.
Yes, indeed.
Marie-Lise, who gave you such a lovely name?
My mom.
My daddy.
Like, bro, who else?
My father did. He named me after his grandmother.
Oh, such a lovely. The Truscan family. We have great influence in the western realms of the Empire. You, a mage as powerful as you, would be most welcome there. Visit at any time.
Oh, is that and she like puts a hand like out, like, is that a proposition for me to come visit?
It is.
I would enjoy that. And she like kind of gives him a wink and like forcefully swallows whatever she was eating.
I think I'm going to just like give the fake out of like, peeking out the window real quick. And just like giving a little like hand sign as in I'm going to go talk to the Crown's Guard.
Okay.
And just like run off like behind like out of view of a window.
Okay. Do you do like they're walking and suddenly like duck down underneath the window and then
Just like, so if he's looking out, like, well, maybe they're talking somewhere discreet.
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys have seen that episode of the Powerpuff Girls where Professor Utonium is kind of taken hostage at a dinner, and he's like he's trying to eat every last things because they were gonna kill him at the end of dinner. So he just had like one tiny pea, and he takes like 5 minutes chewing on it. Yes, Laphus is doing.
Exactly. Yes. You must be.
Look, they say that they have to chew your food like that many times so it's easier to digest.
Mm-hmm.
You must be really enjoying that cranberry.
They're my favorite.
They truly are my favorite. I love the sour tart flavor of it.
North, how far away do you go? What do you do when you go outside?
Like, it's just passing a message along, so it's just like I count maybe like 30 seconds and come back in.
Okay.
And then I start looking around a bit, like,
Yeah. As you are like maybe just like a few steps away, you look and you see Pollux heading into the back door of the pub.
I'm gonna go grab him by the scruff, basically.
Okay, by the time he's in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm grabbing him by the scruff.
And he's like, what? North, what are you doing? What? And you see all the cooks, and you see this woman,
Crown's Guard
big
business.
Who? What's the Crown's Guard? And
I'm gonna grab him. Like, I'm gonna like grab him and just like follow along and shut the fuck up.
And you see this woman who had all of this bread wrapped up in paper in a basket and was trying to give it to him, and you like pulled him away from it, and he's like, "Oh, Star needed this," and she's like,
"I'm gonna pull him away."
Okay, and she's like following, like bobbing up behind. Lapis, make a perception check.
Oh god, no. Where did I put my dice? I moved it out of. Oh, here it is. I moved it out of away from my food. Perception. Oh, not that great. That's a 14.
Okay. There's some sort of commotion happening in the kitchen, but you're not sure what's happening. The arbiter did hear this commotion and said, should we investigate? I wonder if Thrulian has this under control.
I'm sure they have it under control. And besides, it sounds like, I don't know, maybe somebody tried to sneak in the back to get free food or something.
Reprobates. Ugh. You're pulling Pollux out of the back door. The woman, the cook, is following both of you.
I'm gonna look at her like,
She hands you the big giant basket of bread, which is like literally like this big. It's like about 2-3 feet on a side, like a big straw handle. It just hands it to you and like goes back inside.
gonna hand it over to Pollux.
I'm doing what
Shut
what Lapis
shut
told me
the
to do.
Fuck up.
I'm helping.
Look, okay, well, keep helping and don't come back around here at least until dinner.
Okay.
Because your presence here does the opposite of protecting us. It puts us in danger.
I was just why are you here?
Run off. Now,
You tell
make
Lapis I
yourself
said
useful.
tell Lapis I said hi, please.
And I'm going to come back through the front door. This time I just...
As you walk away, he says, are you sure you're not in danger?
Your presence puts me in danger, Pollux.
Okay, he starts heading back to the Twin Maidens, and with the big basket, he's like,
Wiping my hands, just like popping up, just like popping my fingers a little bit.
okay.
And I'm going to just like give a little nod, just
Okay.
like everything's fine, and just like go back to investigating.
Um,
Looking under the seats as
yes,
well.
yes. Okay,
And I'm going to linger a little
He's-
bit more underneath one of them.
got it.
And I'm going to pull one of these papers. And, oh my god, it was in my sleeve the entire time.
What? What is? What did you find?
Gonna open it. Look at it.
So, describe exactly what it is for the
Okay,
audience.
so for the people who were not there last week,
yes,
basically a few months ago, we were at an auction, and North, being the very generous soul that they are, took autographed books by Tyrion Darrington, autographed and all, off the hands of the poor auctioneers that had this forever. And it came in handy at last session when I made a bunch of fake letters signed by a TD that has the same freaking handwriting at Mr. Darrington.
yes.
Strangely, giving orders to actually do the shizzle that is happening right now in Rex Centrum, aka disrupting the work.
Give me a second.
And the roll was a 28 on the forgery.
Forgery. Okay. He looks at it. What a strange. Darrington? What?
Darrington? You mean Tyrion Darrington? The man who makes the books? And
He.
The terrible, terrible writer?
The man who left my daughter at the altar.
oh.
That's inconceivable, my lord.
How? Where did you find this?
Right under this stool right here.
What?
Maybe the man we've been looking for was just an in-between.
Perhaps. And you see him gonna get like a twitch in his eye, like
this bitch again.
this bitch again. Darrington, this was 20 years ago when he left my dear Lydia at the altar. Ugh.
I hope she remarried to a better man.
Well, actually, I was going to speak with you after we had finished for the day. My dear Lydia lives here in Zadash,
Oh,
and I was hoping to be able to speak with her today. Perhaps you can accompany, for you are my bodyguard, so you must go wherever I need to go.
Indeed.
of
So,
course.
um, I can't. Oh, and he just like he kind of goes off and kind of stands up and starts just pacing back and forth and is angry. Why was he be involved in this? Why is this? Uh, so I just need you to tell me exactly what the wording is on the letter.
Oh my god, I don't have it like right here, right now.
I know. But what? How are you involving Tyrion into this plot?
Okay, so something about a friend of his needs a big service about like postponing this.
Okay, okay,
And plus you owe me one.
okay. Got it. Okay. And the letter is addressed from Terry Darrington to who's it?
To whom it may concern.
To
Okay.
whom it may concern.
Concerned. Okay. He looks at it. He's just. This is kind of messed up his with that forgery roll. He's just completely just like he's almost forgotten about the father. You think for a second, and then then he looks at you and says, "Did you speak with the Crown's Guard?
I did pass a message along,
Perhaps
yes.
Darrington is in town. We need to go to the Crown's Guard right now." He stands up.
Should we then say to look for Tyrion rather than...
Would he
Both of them.
would he be out of town at this point? Would it be clever to leave a message around and just stay here?
It could be a double bluff. Oh, I knew Darrington. We were doing this as a favor to the Darrington family to help save their fucking souls. They were on their last legs. They were.
So you would have dishonored your family to help them.
No, we would brought them into our legacy.
So you would have dishonored your family by adding them.
Well,
to your
now that I know
legacy.
that he's a dirty crook, I did not know that at a time, but he did leave my daughter at the altar.
That sounds rather personal, sir.
I don't know. This is very confusing to me. Let's see if the Crown's Guard can round up this priest and Darrington. Let's wait to get my claws into him.
I mean, if anything, I'm not saying that Darrington is a smart man, considering he left
He
your
was
daughter.
quite stupid.
So, who's to say that he's stuck around? Who's to say that he's still here? Should we... I know your jurisdiction for the Crown's Guard here only reached so far outside of this city. For all we know, he
Well,
could be...
May I inquire if you have a warrant, sir, right now?
a warrant in God, what's it called? Basically, I'll have a warrant authorizing this investigation, giving me
This investigation into the priest.
the priest.
Wouldn't you need another one to investigate Tyrion Darrington?
I'm the Prime Arbiter. I have the authority to question
We want to
him.
make sure that the I's are dotted and that the T's are crossed.
Let's go to the Crown's Guard. We can make it happen now. What do you do?
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
And if Darrington's in town, I need to warn my daughter that he's here.
Is she still in love with him?
Love that has nothing to do with this. It was a planned, arranged thing.
Was she happy about it, though?
No.
Then maybe instead of warning her about Darrington being around, could, you know...
I'm just gonna have the face of someone who's thinking about it, but who's not daring to speak the word.
Got it. Okay.
Like, I have a thought. I'm gonna look at them both. I'm gonna...
He looks at you. He looks at Lapus. Go ahead, spit it out.
Sir,
I myself was eating.
I know, but the cranberry, like.
It is
When he
not...
says spit it out, she does spit it out.
It is not my place to talk, sir. I wouldn't wish to insult you or your daughter by having a thought that maybe would they be in
Cahoots?
partnership of some kind, not necessarily of the flesh, but of business.
He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a pamphlet, and puts it on the table. The pamphlet reads, let me pull it up real quick. Where is it? Tonight, with today's date, organizational meeting, laborers in the sprawl. Come at this time. We shall discuss your rights and find ways to fight back against the establishment. And it's signed Lydia Truscan, representative of the people. She's here, and I know where she'll be tonight.
Now, how are the workers treated in Rexentrum regarding the building of this?
Rexentrum, okay, this is talking about
last time we went, it was nothing but guards.
If she's talking about like the workers' rights and all that.
Yeah. This is talking about in Zadash. She's in Zadash.
Okay.
I thought you meant section.
No.
Unionize.
No. This is in Zadash.
I'm going to take the pamphlet.
No.
To look at it for a good long while. Have the thought about unionizing and put it down.
And this is like in canon. She works for, provides help to workers in Zadash. This is in canon.
Well, that works perfectly well with what's going on in Red Syndrome.
Yes, exactly. This is why I need you to come with me, so I can. It's been quite some time.
Wouldn't that be more urgent to talk to her to maybe?
I feel like speaking to your daughter would be the better choice at the very first thing that we do.
I don't know where she lives. We haven't spoken in a very long time. We're estranged.
Ever since the marriage fell through?
Yes.
Does he look sad when that happens?
He looks sad. He has not spoken to his daughter for 20 years. Yeah.
You speak of knowing your daughter's intentions, but is it wishful thinking?
I'm sorry, but 20 years is a long time for somebody to change.
I've thought about it.
And many people do change. And she like puts her hand on his hand.
Make a persuasion roll at advantage. Because he already kind of like wants you in the family, so.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Advantage, natural 20.
Yeah. He says, "Perhaps this, but he's working if Darrington is working with Lydia, she, how dare they wouldn't
There's,
speak to each other when they were during the wedding.
like I said, people change. Maybe they fought for a while, a couple of years, but
He sits back down, kind of looks dejected. Do you think they got back together?
if not back
I
together,
heard
then
he
at
was
least,
married.
yeah, at least on friendly terms. Friendlier terms. But we won't know until you go and we find your daughter, and perhaps you two can patch things up as well.
He smiles. I know where she'll be, and he pats the pamphlet. But first, I have.
If this is about the workers and they are working together, maybe on a larger scale, then wouldn't your investigation at this moment be contrary to her desires? Wouldn't that make
No, that
things
doesn't
harder
matter.
to patch up?
I wasn't going to go and speak at this meeting. I was just going to stand in the back and have you perhaps go and get her for me.
I think, my lord, and I don't want to pretend or to speak out of turn, that you putting your foot forward would come off in a way better way than if we pure strangers went to fetch her.
Do you know where where Lydia is? Can you find her? Can the Crown's Guard find her?
I could find her.
I still want to throttle Darrington, causing so much chaos years later.
Then what I would say is, don't bother with the smaller part and only go for the head of the snake.
Stop beating around the bush. What is the head of the snake?
I'm gonna hold up the paper.
Darrington.
Who matters most, a middleman or the head of the operation?
Oh, Darrington. But if we capture this priest, he'll have proof. Perhaps even know where.
You have proof right here.
He takes it, looks at it again. Actually, gonna roll at 6.
I'm imagining him going, "Curse you, Darrington!"
Old man shakes fist at Cloud.
Yeah, he hands it back to you, and says, "Keep that letter protected.
Of course.
It is evidence."
Should you get ready to go finally see your daughter for the first time in 20 years?
Let's return to the safe house. I shall change out of these traveling clothes. There's something a little more presentable.
Of course. I shall follow you anywhere.
You see him kind of like puff up a little bit, like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I got her.
He's like, I still got it, baby.
Then he's gonna ride to a Maria, Elise, and Zadash, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, she's been gone for weeks."
Yeah, she's dead. She dead.
She dead. Actually, we didn't see her like
conscious after that. The so you go back to the safe house.
yes.
He takes his traveling case and up to his room and freshens up.
I prepare him a little drink to just like build up the courage.
Laphus probably at some point goes in there to just be like, No, those colors wouldn't work on you after 20 years of not seeing. And this one would
Really?
suit you much. It brings out the color of your eyes.
He looks over. He looks at it kind of like, really?
It does.
How involved in the assembly are you?
To the point where they begged me to join them.
Really? Have a
Yes.
seat. I've always, the assembly and I have always, and I've been close to the king for a long time, but the king and the assembly sometimes do not see eye to eye, and perhaps if we have a go-between,
Oh?
someone who can look after our interests in the assembly.
I mean, that would require a lot of persuasion, I believe, on my part to make sure that the Cerberus at least listens to me.
Of
And,
course. What can we provide? I provide you.
and she like leans in a little bit as though like she's like very she's like showing off a little bit more cleavage than normal, and she's just like
Yeah.
leaning in a little bit as she's speaking to her. Oh, I mean, it would be nice if there was probably a ring on this finger at some point in the future.
Is he still married? Let me check.
If not to
Not
him,
for
then
long.
Yeah.
if not to him, then like he probably has like, I don't know, cousins or some
Yeah.
shit, nephews.
Having, yeah, he is, it doesn't say, but he says, I do have a family.
Oh,
I do actually have, my brother calls him a hedge mage, but he is quite resourceful and needs some training. Cousin of the family's.
oh, so you yourself are not available?
Just because there's a
Unfortunately.
goalie doesn't mean you
I
can
mean, they
score.
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Let's
just
say,
because just because you're eating at home doesn't mean you can't look at the takeout menu. Come on.
he says to join our family. However,
Many married men have mistresses.
yeah, he says well, perhaps we can have a private meetings from time to time at the manor house.
Oh, and she like does that thing where she like lifts her leg a little bit and rubs his.
And you see him kind of shift like, He's like, perhaps. Can we speak of this tomorrow?
Of course.
Once this Darrington business is taken care of. But
Of course.
it sounds like we're on the same page.
Yes, we are. And you know where to find me.
Welcome to the family, Mary Elise.
Happy to be here. And she's like in her head, Laphus is just like, oh, like not only does she not like give two shits, but she's also like, man, I want to see the face of the knight whenever they like Marie actually gets the letter of, you're cordially invited to Marie's wedding to this guy.
They're just like, she's been dead for.
He lets you leave as he finishes getting dressed. Unless you hang around more, you can always
No. She'll leave. She'll leave.
Leaving you and North alone downstairs.
I'm gonna, like, gotta stay in character-ish, but just throw Lapis a look of...
And Laphus is just like, dude, no, she has that look of, dude, no, I gotta tell you some shit. It's gonna be great.
They're not gonna notice one grape went missing, just...
After about 30 minutes, he comes downstairs, like just wearing this incredibly like just beautiful makes him look really handsome. The like tailored silks like just to a dime. He looks like amazing. And he says, "How do I look? The cravat make the outfit?"
You look wonderful, my dear.
And he leans down. "Thank you." And he leans down and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
And she like does like the same, but like she doesn't actually like, you know that thing where like they kiss the side of it just
Yeah,
gently.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shall we go speak with my daughter? Any word? Any word on the Crown's Guard?
Everything's been taken care of, my lord.
Make a deception roll.
Gotta get my sheet up. Gotta get my sheet up. That's a 22.
Okay. He nods and says, "Ugh, I know the Crown's Guard here in Zadash are not quite up to speed as far as the um, army is in Rexentrum, but they could have found something out at least. Shall we go? Will you hail a carriage for me, Thulian?"
The sharpest freaking whistle, like.
Like, "Wah!" And a carriage pulls
Like,
up.
you cannot ignore me,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Maria Elise, should we stop by your place to get you a change of clothing as well?
I mean, I can just take off these drab robes, and she does. And of course, she's wearing
Really
like
normal outfit, and he just like his eyes go. Yeah. And he gets into the carriage. There is a place next to the driver.
Yep, I'm gonna sit there.
Okay, and he opens the door for you, Lapis.
She goes in, she does that thing where she takes his hand gently as she climbs up. And
Yeah. And he gets a little old man creepy on you in the carriage, just so you know. I'm not going to go into the detail, but it's
yeah, no, she's gonna do that thing where she plays quietly, like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, teehee.
yeah.
I've never been with a man or a woman."
I'm keeping myself for marriage.
Marriage, darling, marriage.
You get to it's further south, like way. It actually takes a good about an hour to get through the crowds to get to the southern part of Zadash, and there's a warehouse, and the driver looks over at you, North, and says, "I'd be careful. There's a good chance of being robbed in this neighborhood. You will need to protect him."
Indeed. I'm gonna fake my death.
Oh man, I wish I was still wanted by the Myriad. That would have been great if they just decided to attack me while he was around and he was a casualty.
He waits for the carriage is stopped. He waits for you to open it for
Yes,
him.
I'm gonna.
And you open the door, and he comes out, and you see people are kind of milling around, going inside, and you hear quite a large number of people, maybe like about 100, inside talking.
I think I'm just like at this point, I'm gonna like ostensibly like in front of him, just like remove some parts of the armor and
Yeah,
the badge, like put it away, like
Put
I
it
don't want to
away.
be,
yes.
and just like maybe like loosen the hair a little bit, just like to look more in,
Casual.
like not bringing a cop at, at a freaking like
Business
protest
casual.
or something.
Business casual.
Like you don't want to see a cop at Pride, you know?
The you how long do you wait? He's kind of like do you get close? You're kind of across the street from the warehouse, There's not much traffic in this area this time of the late evening, and it looks like the meeting is going on. Do you get close enough to listen to what's going on?
I would feel like, at least for Lapis, she would need to stay where he is, to just because he obviously wants to talk to his daughter,
Mhm.
but at the same time he's like, I also want to give her space.
Yeah,
I don't want to jump.
Yeah.
you're making no insight check needed. He is being very kind of
It would be
unsure.
absolutely freaking stupid if a mob would break out here right now.
Mm-hmm. He finally takes a deep breath, reaches down, kind of squeezes Lapus's hand, and starts
She
walking.
puts
Go
she
ahead.
puts her other hand over his and just goes, family is very important.
It is. And he goes across the street and heads up to the outside of the warehouse. Inside, you see the stage, and you see this woman, and he has the same kind of like long nose, like familiar look. And you see this woman who's in her like 40s, kind of bookish, glasses, hair that's kind of like frizzled out, um, very bookish. She's got it like tied back, and she is like giving the speech of her lifetime. She is like really getting these people going. She's like, you have to make them pay attention to you. You have to demand that they work for you. Like you work for them, but it's like definitely like labor union
Okay,
stuff.
I'm gonna do a thing I would never do, but like, I'm not in, like, she went and they're like, he's not looking at me right now at all.
No.
I'm gonna mask of many faces into like nondescript person, whatever.
Make a stealth roll.
25, Ron.
Okay.
On minimum.
Okay.
On minimum.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, 25.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take one of my vodka bottles.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna aim, like, I'm gonna just like throw my voice a bit, like yell some like anti-union spiel or whatever, and yeet a Molotov cocktail.
Okay then. Okay.
Just to have a cover, and then like.
Do you throw it in
Again.
a way that's not going to hurt anybody?
No, I don't want to hurt anybody, but I want to create a mess.
Okay.
People start running.
People start running. People are like, "Who said that? Find them!"
And then boom, and
yeah. And you
and
see,
I'm gonna
Lapus.
drop that and just like try to make my way to Lapus.
Okay, Lapus. You see him kind of like duck down. Forget about me. Protect her.
Yep, I'm gonna protect her.
Okay.
And that's how I'm gonna like, we gotta go.
Okay.
We're leaving.
We're leaving. He's gonna think about something else, and it's not gonna be the father.
So you're pushing him out. North. You go up to get Lydia, or do you?
Yep. He told me to protect her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna protect her.
Okay. You jump up, and you're not
And
wearing
now, if
any.
there are other anti-union people in there, they probably took it as a sign too.
Yeah, you see about 3 or 4 kind of big people who are like standing around her, like union bouncers, who are like really like there to protect her, and they see you coming, and it's like, what are you doing? Who?
I'm gonna just like show my badge.
And they narrow their eyes at you,
Her father told me to keep her safe.
and you see Lydia come down. My father, and she looks across the room, and Lapis, are you pushing him out?
Yeah, she's kind of like, it's not pushing, but she's like doing that like gentle, like, come on, dear, let's go, sort of deal.
Come on, Lapis, get trampled. Something.
Yeah, because
we did not.
Yeah. She's trying to do that, but she's like absolutely like not like grabbing onto him, and she's letting people push her out of like the thing. Like, no.
And
then like, look at Lydia, look at Lapis, look at Lydia, look at Lapis. Oh fuck.
And you see Lydia look at you and look over at Lapis, and it's like, what is he? Who is that floozy she's with? And that's where we're going to stop for the week.
Floozy, you bitch!
Oh my god.
Those are some words. Those
Yep.
are some words.
Look, I'm trying to get us an out. I'm trying to get us an out of that.
Oh
I
my.
mean, no, like Laphus was like grabbing onto his hand to pull him up, and then that's when like the crowd starts to like.
It's like this wall of people.
Yeah, like a wall of people.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, great game. Great game. Lots of RP. I love some RP. Oh. The
We're gonna have to
mess.
tell that to Voka.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The mess is we'll have Voka back next week, but we'll have Voka have done some sweeping and manual labor for with the invulnerable vagrant, and then we'll
If anything, it's just gonna give them a stronger, like, oh my god, we've been coerced into not speaking up. People attacked us, but we're still going strong.
Oh god,
We're
what's
doing
happening?
our best, guys.
Oh my god. Oh, you can join us.
Look, for once, I can be the one throwing monkey wrenches at the DM.
It's totally fine. Oh god. I'm just Terry. I need to find out where Tyrion is currently.
He lives in DS stock.
I
but
knew
don't know
that.
where he
I
would
knew
be.
that. But I'm like, God. Oh my god. Okay. I'm like, I did what? And
Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did do that.
Is it in one of my books?
Somebody's just like making stuff up again. I don't know. Oh, great game.
It's gonna go to court.
Yeah. Oh, great game. We'll be back next week, and we'll have the conclusion of this craziness and other stuff. Let's go around and do a wrap up.
Hey everybody, this is Jaiden. I'm playing the floozy. She can be somewhat persuasive if she tries. Yeah, I just want to say thanks for listening to us. You can go and talk to us here and there on the Discord channel that we got.
Yeah, join us.
Also, yeah, join us. Send us your funniest. I've been seeing a lot of memes of Lord of the Rings, and I don't know why, but Lord of the Rings is just great here and there to see.
Oh my god, the Lord of the Rings channel in our Discord is the most insane. Like the memes in that are just like what?
Yeah.
They went there? Oh my god.
Yes, they did.
They did go there.
It's funny too because it's never the same meme twice, which I love.
Yeah.
I love that you can do that with the whole
There's so
three
much.
and the Hobbit series.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but the Hobbit series was.
Hey everyone, this is Jaime. I've been playing the Union Buster. But hey, love you, unions. They're important. Defend workers' rights. The player does not endorse the actions of their characters, Elias, because North wouldn't do that. Thulian, though. Thulian looks like a fucking cop.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a cop.
So, well.
Cliffhanger. Epilogue. At a Crownsguard station in the north part of Zadash, a dark-skinned gnome comes up to the sergeant there and says, "Make sure that he is protected. Let us know everything that's going on." And you see, what was his name? Who should I say ordered this? Oliver Schreiber.
His lover.
Yes.
Oh, another Oliver.
Yes, actually. And he's actually the picture of the other person that's in the picture that I sent you. So, anyway, my name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on the socials at Ron88Keys. Please follow us on Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Give us a follow on Twitch and YouTube. You can see our episodes next week. The brand new episode will be next week, but you can go back and watch any episode of Few and Far Between and um, uh, Rolling in the Netherdeep. That was what it's called. Rolling in the Netherdeep from like 100 years ago. Uh, That's at Severed Studios. Give us a follow on our Twitch channel. Few and Far Between is a production of Severed Studios. Please check out our other shows like Severed Sons and other side quests on Twitch, YouTube, and everywhere to get your podcast. Links in our bio and our show notes. May your problems be few and far between. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.